Managing difficult coworkers and employees. Communication conundrums. Communication in the workplace can sometimes be difficult. You have to communicate clearly and effectively. You have to watch your language and make sure you are being appropriate. Communicating effectively, especially in high-stress environments like the kitchen, for example, is integral to the workplace. I believe in equality for all, and as a trans person, I have seen my fair share of difficulties with coworkers. Even my time as a shift lead at Taco Bell has given me experiences that shape how I communicate to this day. The basics of workplace communication. Did you know that 85% of employees deal with conflict on some level? As seen in Psychology Today, How to Manage Conflict in the Workplace. When dealing with difficult employees or coworkers, it's important to be factual, and in a manager's case, it's important to put your foot down when necessary. For instance, when I worked at Taco Bell on my first shift as manager, I was training this 17-year-old boy on drive-thru. He ended up throwing sauce packets at a customer because he thought it would be funny. I took him to the office, wrote him up, and sent him home. I stated the facts and set boundaries with this kid and told him I'd fire him if he ever did anything like that again. This set the tone for my employees that I would not tolerate any form of disrespect for the customers. I had firm body language, expressed my thoughts and feelings, and set the ground rules for workplace etiquette. How language influences conflict. When choosing language in the workplace, it is important to manage your emotions and stick to the facts. Sticking to the facts can help alleviate miscommunications. The use of inappropriate language is unacceptable and should be punished. You want to use assertive and not aggressive language. Poor body language like slouching can make your message as a manager less impactful. Anthropological applications to conflict resolution. I'm including anthropology as it relates to communication because I'm studying anthropology and am working toward a career in archaeology. I find it fascinating how history and culture influence communication. Through anthropology's study of culture, communication patterns can be observed, as well as how conflicts are dealt with through language. Cultural sensitivity and awareness are important for reducing communication conflicts in the workplace, as stated in cultural anthropology's studies of conflict. For instance, the phrase crack the whip is entirely unprofessional and offensive to cultures that dealt with and are currently dealing with slavery. You want to be sensitive to other cultures and their communication differences. This is why it is best not to talk about politics and religion in the workplace. Even when I agree with someone's political view, I generally change the subject quickly because I'd rather not talk politics or religion at work. Communication strategies for minimizing and resolving conflict in the workplace. To communicate clearly, you have to be constantly mindful about what are you saying. Using I language, stick to the facts, manage your emotions, and use perception checking to make sure your communication is clear and concise. Since starting this class, I've been applying the knowledge to my job, and it has made a world of difference. I feel I am more productive at work now because I am following the guidelines laid out in this course. Let's wrap it up. Communication in the workplace is a balancing act. You have to be genuine so you don't come off as inhuman. Especially with conflict communication, you have to keep in mind all forms of communication, especially nonverbal ones like body language and tone of voice. As stated in Brave Enough's communication strategies to resolve workplace conflicts, it's important to understand different cultures and their communication differences. Conflict communication has a tone of its own, like being assertive and listening well. It is important to learn this tone to better communicate with others at work.